Keep going.
Emotionally break down,
Mhm.
get mad. What did I do wrong? And start focusing on the emotion.
You know, for CEOs right here, man, you have to understand that there have to be losses
Absolutely.
to help you get to the gains. I've learned that God is the master storyteller. So whatever is not in your story was not needed for your story.
You only see the ingredients he's given you, the skills he's taught you,
Mhm.
the heat that he's put you through,
Come on.
and what he's done to cover you.
Prayer, scripture, all of those things are critical. Faith takes the pressure off of you and
'Cause
puts the pressure on God.
I want to talk about what it truly means to answer God's call.
You don't choose who's calling you.
Right.
You don't choose what the call is.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is make the decision to answer it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode. This is episode 13 of I Am CEO podcast. I am here with a great surprise guest. He is actually a mentor. He's a leader of shepherds, a leader of pastors. And he's younger than me, but he's one of my mentors. But he's very wise. And not only is he a senior pastor of the Fellowship Church in Winston-Salem, he is also someone who is extremely impactful in the community here in Charlotte. So I want to introduce you none other than William Cooper.
What's
Jr.
up, man? I'm actually the third.
The third. Oh, my
Junior's
bad.
my pops. Shout out to Pops. But man, I'm honored to be here, Kev.
Man, thank
like
you for
this
coming,
is
bro.
an incredible moment for me to sit here with you, man. I mean, when I think about you, I think about a brother who embodies one of my core principles, and that is simply this, man: doing all that you're gifted to do.
Yes.
You're not
yes.
just a chef. You're
Yep.
literally cooking in the kitchen, but you're also cooking on this podcast. So I'm honored to be here with you, brother.
Man, thank you for coming, man.
Absolutely, man.
I know you're going to drop some great gems for the people. And
We're going to try to help somebody, man.
So I want to really open up this episode, and I want to talk about what it truly means to answer God's call
Okay.
to purpose and
Yeah.
how to lead with purpose.
Absolutely.
So I really want to jump into like your early roots and where you kind of started, and, you know, just kind of let the people know.
Yeah. So what's interesting, Kev, is, you know, this whole journey for me,
Mhm.
it really was something that I honestly didn't have a choice in. Like for
Okay,
me to sit here in this seat as a pastor today, it really goes back to how I grew up.
Gotcha.
So I grew up in Raleigh, son of a pastor.
Mhm.
So I just kind of honestly knew very early on in my life that this was the route that I was going to take. I
Gotcha.
knew that there was something different.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong. I like going to church for the girls too at that time. You know, I like the
course.
privileges
Of
that came
course.
with it.
Of course.
But I also just kind of, unlike some of my peers, there was this leaning that just made me feel like, hey, I'm not just here just because my dad is here. I'm here because there's something in me that's supposed to be here.
So it's purpose.
And so from a very early point in my life, man, I just kind of really knew like this was it for me. Like I knew that this is what I would be doing.
I love
So
that.
much so that at the age of 12 is when I started doing it.
Wow.
So, you know, man, it's really one of those things where it was kind of like the course got laid out for me very early on. You know, I kind of got the script early and we just decided, all right, this is the script. But even the thing about this that I think a lot of people miss is just because you know parts of the plan doesn't mean you know how the plan is going to unfold. So I still had to live through like the tension of, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, because you said 12, so there had to be some gaps in there.
Oh,
where you
for
was
sure.
Like, am I supposed to be on this path still?
Bro,
Like,
let me tell you something. The gaps don't go away.
Okay.
The questions don't go away. You can literally be operating and moving. I know this is early, like we jumping in right away.
Hey, I love it.
You know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
it.
But just because you are doing something does not mean you're always doing it with certainty. As a matter of fact, I think one of the best acts of faith is when I'm not sure if this is what I should be doing.
That's good. That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
no,
so for
that's
me,
true.
man, honestly, yeah, the gaps and the questions and the tension was there, but there was always these moments where I had to figure out for myself, like, okay,
Yeah.
is it still what I'm supposed to be doing?
So I think that goes to, was there like some key figures who like shaped your faith other than your father?
Yeah, man. So my father, of course, being a pastor, my godfather
Mm-hmm.
was also very pivotal in my life. And honestly, I just say this: I was really, really blessed to grow up around a lot of strong black men.
Love it.
Like that form, one of the things that people kind of identify about me is I'm a masculine brother. I'm an alpha kind of, I've
Yeah.
got that personality and that presence. But I really can say this, and I think this is very important. And I'm sorry if I get in trouble on your podcast,
Nah, you good.
but it just goes to show that honestly, women can't raise men.
No,
Men
it's nothing
raise
wrong with that.
men.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I understand that this dynamic of the culture and just
Yeah.
how things work
Mm-hmm.
point towards, hey, women can let
No.
me tell you
No.
something. No. A man raises and teaches a man how to be a man.
Yes.
Point
Yes.
blank, period.
Yeah.
And so for me, being able to grow up in a setting around men and the culture that I was just around, I saw men being men, which helped me be able to lean into these facets of who I am to grow into the man that I am today. So when I talk about figures and exposure and all the things that I was literally a preteen, a teenager seeing successful black men, seeing black men in business. So I'm in the car business also, right?
Yeah.
One of my mentors in the car business was a brother that I saw in the church that brought me into the business at 18 years old.
Wow.
So I was able to be exposed to so many different dynamics. And so because of that, man, I'm really an amalgamation of so many incredible influences that have actually poured into my life, which means this too. You can never discredit what your investment can do in somebody's life. Because of course my
That's true.
father was present,
Yeah.
but for others whose father may not have been present, it does not mean that you can discredit the influences that other people can have in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And consequently, what will happen is for us that can be that for somebody, we don't lend ourselves to be that type of person because we think, well, I'm not this person's,
Yeah, and it's crazy to say that because there was a time when I was coming up, my upbringing, all I seen from a man was someone who was addicted.
Wow.
Who was not present physically all the time. His voice was present.
Mm-hmm.
His ruse was present.
Sure.
His structure was present, but his presence was not present.
Right.
So I seen myself go through my entire childhood, adult life, even now, searching for a man who can be like a father figure.
For sure.
So when I hear you say that you grew up around successful men and they modeled that for you, man, I can just only imagine how many others didn't have that.
No, I mean, and you know what's critical about that, what you just said is understanding when you understand certain dynamics of that.
Yeah.
Like your story, hearing that. This is why I'm careful how I approach people.
Wow. Yeah.
Because we often look at people
And
based
assume.
upon what they're doing.
Yeah.
That must mean something about them. But the reality is, man, what I've learned is that's why you have to get to know and ask more questions.
Yes.
It's not just enough to know what someone is doing, but let's unpack why they're doing it.
Yeah.
So for me, I actually was just talking about this in a sermon recently, and I shared with my church that we have to approach people beyond the surface, right? Because what you'll find is, here I am. How old are you, Kev?
I'm 42.
You're 42 years old, right? So there's the 42-year-old presentation of Kev, but there's the struggle of the 12-year-old Kev.
Yeah. Yeah.
That people don't see.
Yeah.
So I just see this version of you that you're rapping and you're fighting through those parts of yourself that honestly were not attended to or dealt with much early on in life.
Yeah.
So that's why I approach people with grace, because you don't know what people are really fighting.
And that's the hardest part about it.
I'm gonna have some of this mountain water.
Absolutely.
That you've been talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
This
he needs that brand deal. Give him that brand deal from Mountain Valley. All right.
Hey, listen, I'm telling you, I swear by this water now. I can't say exactly what some of my friends call it.
Because he didn't want to have the drinks on because I'm a pastor. But,
yeah.
we'll take the mountain water,
Usually we have some champagne.
Usually on your club, Shay, you got the cognac or something, but we're just going to take a water.
Have some champagne.
Cheers, brother. Let's do it.
Man.
Cheers,
we'll
man.
Cheers.
We'll do it.
Absolutely. So it's crazy because when you were saying that, it was a yearning in me that was like, it wasn't an envious. It was more like, wow, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
because I don't think people realize, and you can talk about this, how it shapes a man when he goes through his life looking for a father.
For sure.
Even though I can call my father,
Right.
even though I know my dad is a little bit better now, I still get triggered when I talk to him.
Yeah.
Because all I can think about is what I've seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, to hear that's where your roots started.
For sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's
I'm incredibly blessed. And here's what I'll tell you though, and it's not a secret, or it's not really something that is unique to your journey, right?
Yeah.
So whereas for you, thank you for being transparent, by the way, about that, about the father figure that you've searched for. The reality is everybody has something.
True. That's true.
That is missing.
Yeah.
And so for me, I've learned to ask, and of course, obviously I'm a pastor, so to be honest, I've learned to ask God to help me do the inner work. Because what will happen is we will search for those portions that I've missed in other spaces. Yeah. So this is why if you don't do the work to get inner healing, you'll have relationships in your life that should have been what they should have been. But because I was looking for what I was missing, I could never work that relationship to its fullest extent. So now all of a sudden, watch this, I've got a problem in my marriage. Yeah. Because instead of letting my wife be my wife, I'm still trying to fill those mommy issues. Yeah. Or in my friendships or in my relationships, I'm trying to search for something in those people that they weren't supposed to give me. Right. So it's important for me to do the inner work to say, okay, even though this is not what I've been dealt for whatever reason, it was not a part of your story. But can I tell you what I've learned? I've learned that God is the master storyteller. So whatever is not in your story was not needed for your story.
And he'll put you where you're supposed to be.
He knows what to leave in.
Yeah.
And he knows what to leave out.
Wow.
We don't get to choose the script for the story. So even though it may feel like a disadvantage for you or for somebody else listening to me right now, for whatever area of your life that you feel like is lacking, the reality is whatever is missing was not needed.
Wow.
What's missing doesn't matter.
So what you're searching for, God already said that was not something.
Why spend so much time searching for that and ignoring what I have right here?
That's good. Wow. Dang. That took me to ooh, man. So that
it don't matter.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So I'm hearing that particular from calling to commitment. Where did you know God was calling you to be into transitioning into ministry? Even though that was like a call, there was gaps.
Absolutely.
How did you know?
Well, let me speak to something about calling if I can, before I answer your question, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
When your phone rings, do you choose who's calling you?
No.
One of the biggest things I think people miss is that you don't get to choose your calling.
That's true.
You don't choose who's calling you.
Right.
You don't choose what the call is.
Yeah.
The only thing you can do is make the decision to answer it. And I think so many people miss the call because we're trying to determine what the call looks like.
True. That's true.
So because I don't like the call, so for me, obviously it was being called to preach.
Right.
And to be clear, that's one facet of my calling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly, I would even take it further to say preaching is the expression, but impacting people is the calling.
Yeah.
Because that allows me to do that in a variety of ways. Like
Correct.
I'm doing that right now, sitting here with talking to you.
Absolutely.
I do that in my professional work in the automotive industry. I do that, when I sit on the radio. I do that just in many different areas, right?
Yeah.
So for me, number one, understanding that the call has many different expressions that are associated with it. We often try to look for a label, but I think for me, it was settling into the reality. And it just happened for me early, right?
Yeah.
I can't make this up. But I just made a decision. I don't get to choose. I don't get to choose. Like,
you was obedient.
I had a choice.
Yeah.
But the choice was not, do I get to do this?
Yeah.
And the problem for so many people is just because the calling makes us uncomfortable doesn't mean we have the right to change it. So because of that, I knew what I was called to do. And so I had to make a decision. Okay, either you participate or you don't.
And that parallel is so important that you said that, because it's crazy. 5 years old, I was prophesied to that it was a word on my mouth.
Yeah.
Prophesied to years later. And I took so many turns
Mm-hmm.
away
Mm-hmm.
around the calling that God is just now bringing me back to what my calling is. It might not be on the stage,
But it's
but
somewhere.
it's still a platform.
Right.
It's this platform.
Yep.
And I didn't even know that my struggle is what led me to start this particular platform in general, because I didn't have a voice in my mind. I didn't have a voice, but God was like, yeah, you do. Just get out there and do it.
Exactly.
And then that's when he began to start showing me, this is what I was trying to show you 20 years ago, but you ran away from the calling.
Absolutely.
Now I'm bringing you back to it.
And I think, man, what's so critical about that is being able to realize just because I missed it before doesn't mean I have to miss it now.
So that's why I brought that up, because I was like, when you said so many people miss the calling, it don't mean you can't get back to it.
Yeah. Pull this up. Okay? Pull this up. What do you have? A missed call log.
Yeah.
You still have an opportunity to call back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime. That's so true. Don't allow what you feel like. I think this is really for somebody. Mm-hmm. What opportunities or calls you have missed to make you feel like the window has been closed.
Wow. That I love that metaphor, because even in sports, how they say certain teams, your window is closing.
Yeah.
Your championship window is closing.
And some of them are closing.
Some of them are
like
closing.
Kansas City's.
Oh my God. How did I know that was about to
unless he ships a new knee to Kansas City, it's over. All right? It's over,
man,
bro.
Let me explain something.
It's over.
There is a 2.0 that is being loaded in their calling.
Okay.
And in a dynasty, it never ends.
It doesn't.
It just restarts itself.
All right, I got you.
And reestablishes itself. Okay. Because it's not done yet.
It's over. Right? It's over.
But
the window.
Oh my God.
The window.
So our window is closed.
All right, it's closed.
All right.
It's closed. All right.
I still believe we got 4 more in us.
Okay.
You know, it might not be this year. It might not be next. Well, we know it ain't this year.
It ain't gonna be this year. I get it, but hey, you know.
So I gotta know. So, are you an Eagles fan?
No, I'm not. Okay. I'm in Charlotte, baby. I'm a Panthers fan. Man.
Okay.
Come on, dog.
I don't have nothing bad to say about the
You
Panthers.
better not, man.
I feel like if I had to take an NFC team that I trust defensively, consistently, I'll trust the Panthers.
I think for us, it's just a matter of what we're dealing with. Watch this and watch. Let's get back to the podcast.
Yeah,
right?
we got it.
We have not been used to success for a little while. So even being successful is an adjustment. This goes to something you and I have talked about a while ago.
Yep, you right.
That people don't even understand when it comes to aspects of your calling and whatever it is, that even success is a trauma. So we have criticism for Carolina because it's like they're winning games, but then it feels like they don't win the ones they should.
Yeah, because they'll win.
They'll win, then they lose, win, then lose, and win and lose, right?
Yeah.
But even success.
It's the same thing.
Come on.
It's the same thing. Like I was looking at that this year. This entire, from January, no, I would say from March to November, I was winning. As soon as November hit, I get humbled.
Bro.
I get humbled.
Bro.
And then I got to get back to strategy.
There are things that I can't even talk about right now that you don't even understand. When we first scheduled to shoot this episode, there were some things that I thought it was all figured out.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, yeah, this is what this year was going to be.
Yep.
Bam.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's how it happens.
So now show me what it is that you've learned with all those W's.
That's it.
How you now handle this L.
That's it.
And that's what I have to get through. But yeah, man, success, absolutely. People don't understand it's traumatic.
It really is.
So it takes a lot of, and this is, for CEOs right here, man, as you're building that business, you're building that brand, you're building whatever it is that you're building, you have to understand that there have to be losses.
Absolutely.
To help you get to the gains.
And if you don't learn that those losses can be lessons, then they'll continue to be losses.
Absolutely.
And that's the moment within this past 3 years, I had to learn where can I take a lesson from those losses instead of keep letting those happen over and over.
Because if you don't learn, you'll never, here's what a lot of people think. They think because I took that loss 2 years ago
Yeah.
that I can't take it now.
Oh no.
But if you don't learn the lesson,
you're gonna continue.
You've advanced time, but you haven't advanced within your life. So you're still stuck in the same place. Even though it's 2026 coming up.
Yeah.
I'm still in 2024 because I didn't learn what I was supposed to learn during that situation.
Wow.
It's my argument that there's a scripture that talks about, obviously, without a vision, the people perish.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe that the enemy is the prince of darkness.
Right.
But darkness is really speaking not just of evil, it's speaking of ignorance. Because ignorance is expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever area I'm ignorant in is where I'm suffering.
Wow.
And because I don't know, what that does is that gives the enemy one up on me. So learning is actually an act of spiritual warfare. Because when I learn the lesson, I disarm what the enemy can do to me.
Gotcha.
So put it back to sports. When I learn that if you're playing ball, every time you get ready to drive, even though you're right-handed, you like to go left.
Yeah.
As soon as I learn that, what do? I cut off that left side.
Yep.
Now what used to work against me doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with the enemy. And I think that's where many people have to sit back. But here's the thing. We will never learn the lesson if we get so caught up in the emotions of the moment.
So you just brought me to where I really was like, that's where I've seen the shift. In the past years, when this same, I call it a pattern. Every year, if you're a CEO, you know there's a pattern. This season's going to be great. This season,
absolutely.
But every single year before the holidays and through the holidays,
there are trends.
That trend shows me it's going to be a struggle. So what I used to do in the past,
I know what you're about to say. Keep going.
Emotionally break down, get mad. What did I do wrong? And start focusing on like the emotion. This year, I got into gratitude.
Okay.
And was like, thank you for holding me through these months.
I made it through the months.
I made it through these months. And I was able to feel sustained.
Yep.
And I'm not in a place where I'm like, I don't think you can't pull me out. I just think now I have to stretch my faith more.
Let me tell you something. I was meeting with some people recently, and I'm in a situation right now, like for real. And it's not where I would prefer to be with one of my businesses.
Yeah.
And I shared with them that even though this is not where I want to be, number one, I've been here before.
Yes.
But watch this, Kev. I have more now than I did the last time I was in it.
True. That's true.
So number one, I've got a reference point that I've been here. Number two, I have more with me now than I had before.
Wow.
So as you go through the navigating the business and the trends, and this is really for a business leader that's really listening to this right now, put things in context.
Yeah.
Okay? We got all these cameras shooting us right now. Okay? There's a close shot, there's a wide shot. And what we do is we get so focused on the close shot and we get so zoomed in on what is wrong with what we're seeing that we forget to put it in context. Guess what? If the shot is too close, it's still not a good shot. If the shot is too far, it's not a good shot.
Yeah.
You have to put things in the proper place so that you can see everything with the right picture. So for somebody that is dealing with what you and I both don't even know simultaneously are dealing with something similar, right? I don't know your thing, you don't know my thing, but guess what? We both know we got a thing.
That's it. That's it.
And somebody watching us right now has their thing.
Absolutely.
CEO, business leaders, okay, right?
Yep.
We have to understand, though, that the whole picture is not often what we see. We just see what's replaying in our mind. That's causing that anxiety. That's causing that stress.
That trigger.
That's causing that trigger, right?
Yeah.
And so ultimately, we don't see anything else because we don't give ourselves an opportunity to see anything else. So even in those moments, what I'm learning to do, which is what I did in that moment when I was in that meeting and I was talking to my team, I said, you know what, wait a minute. This is more than it was the last time.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you look at that trend and when you look at the way things have gone, within your business, I guarantee you, even though you've had decrease,
Yeah,
you still experience growth that puts you further than you were when you first experienced it.
that's true. And I know what to do through having context and perspective for when the next time comes, and how to plan and how to focus on ways to avoid that situation. But you can't avoid the trend. The trend is going to trend.
Right. We were talking about that right now. Like, I'm in the automotive business.
Yeah.
December is the month.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What I look like quitting in November?
Exactly.
When I know I'm about to get paid in December.
Exactly. That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Because the moment that you begin to quit is the moment that you are like stopping what you have waited this long for.
I waited all year to get here.
That's it.
Just to do what Esau did. You a chef? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell my birthright for a bowl of soup.
Yeah. Wow.
From some Panera broccoli cheddar, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't even get the bread bowl. You just got a regular
You just got the
cup.
regular cup. Wow.
What I look like quitting, because I know it does get better.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the mindset that I think so many people have to grasp to. They don't understand that when you change that mindset, you're able to really push past that, like you said, emotion.
Yeah.
Wow, I had some good notes that I was, but you already broke into those. We talked about some ministry milestones.
Yeah.
What are some personal breakthroughs that you feel like that you have had to overcome during your defining moments?
Absolutely.
Through this journey.
So I'm going to tell you what's interesting, right? I feel like I'm in a full circle season right now. And I'll tell you why. So one of the best things that ever happened to me could be considered one of the worst things that ever happened to me. Okay. I remember as a pastor, I got fired. So this is not my first time actually in Charlotte.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So I remember I got married. Maybe a month after I got married, I got called to Charlotte to preach at this church. Month into my marriage, everything's new. I'm broke. Like, just broke. Like, you know.
Y'all been there.
Life did not look like it look now, okay?
Right.
You know? And bro, I got called to this church. And this is like my story. This is a real talk.
Yeah.
Brother, I was literally homeless. We were sleeping on the floor in the office of my church.
Wow.
On a deflated blow-up mattress.
Sheesh.
Bro, I don't know if you've been there.
Come on, man.
But you know, trying to get some on a blow-up mattress.
Man, listen.
It ain't easy. I would just put it to you like that.
It
ain't easy when you falling on the ground.
I had one of the ones that
take
was
me
like,
through there,
like
bro.
this.
We just
take me
we
through
both
there.
going down, dog.
Oh, my God.
You know, so I'm telling you, man, that was when you talk about a milestone moment for me.
Yeah.
Bro, going through a season like that, people knowing what you're going through. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
And then you go from something like that, homeless. And that experience, I would have never, ever woke up and said, God, you know what I want you to do? I know I'm going to be on I Am CEO podcast one day.
Yeah.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to make me homeless.
Wow. Yeah.
I want you to take me through humiliation and embarrassment. Nobody prays these prayers.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was that season that I had to go through that put me in a place where I said, I'll never be here again.
Yes.
So I learned the lessons, right? I went through the process. I made some career decisions because here's the problem. I was trying to be this little preacher boy, this little pastor, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was very young. So you just got an idea of what that looks like. You kind of know what I'm talking about, right?
Exactly.
So, but then I said, okay, nah, Negro, you need to get a job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need to work. And that developed a discipline and a work ethic. And now, I mean, the hours that I work now are more than the hours that I worked back then.
Wow.
But I got more money now
than
I ever had in my life. So there's a parallel between doing more, having more.
Yeah.
Doing less, having less. So that didn't, honestly, bro, that wasn't just a milestone moment for my ministry. That was a milestone moment for my life.
Yeah.
Because I realized something. Like in that moment, I had to really have a tough talk with myself. Okay. Now, here's what I had to ask myself. How did I get here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go even further. Where am I? Here's what I'm saying. You will never be able to reach your destination if you don't first have a picture of your location.
Got to know where you are first.
You got to know where you are in order to know where you're going.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that moment for me put me in such a place of understanding, like, okay, cool. How did you get here, bro? Where are you? How did you get here?
Yep.
So what things about yourself have to stay? And then what things about yourself have to change for you to step into that milestone moment? So the ministry moment, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm still not there yet. I'm 33, bro.
Right.
I'm still moving, right? We not sitting on our big one yet.
You're in your prime.
I'm still building.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, what I can say to you is this. I know that I had to learn so much that season. That was a milestone for me. You know, it wasn't when I preached in the convention in front of thousands of people, which I've done.
Right.
It wasn't when I was on the road traveling, preaching in front of a bunch of people, which I've done. It wasn't when I was featured in different articles and different spaces, which I have been, right? It was that moment when I was laying on that floor, feeling like it can't get lower than this.
Physically.
But yet here I am, bro. So from sleeping on a blow-up mattress to now being able to determine where I want to live and how I want to live. But it was having to go through that season though.
Yeah.
That was a milestone moment. And I would argue that oftentimes when many of us look at milestones and pictures, we really think about all the best parts of our story.
No, that's why I said breakthrough through your journey
absolutely.
And milestone moments, because milestone moments are not just the highs.
Yep.
It's those moments when in 2009, I'm in Los Angeles and I am sleeping in a 18-wheeler's little sleep cabin because I was on a set of a production getting paid for that day. I didn't have nowhere to sleep.
Wow.
They left the keys on the tire and I seen them and went in there at 12 a.m. and slept, grabbed my rollaway, went into the Four Seasons where we were shooting, went to the bathroom like I just pulled up in the car and went to work. It's those moments that I'm like, I'll never be here again.
Did anybody know that?
And that's the other thing. Not a soul knew.
You don't even have to look like the things you've been through, bro.
Man, listen.
Come on.
You don't listen. You when you said that, I felt it because I knew exactly what that felt like. It felt like humiliation in my mind.
And it was.
It was.
It was for me.
But I'm just like, wait a minute. Everything was in place for me to remember this moment, though.
They see the drip, right? But they don't understand, and this isn't a cliche, but they don't understand, like, what is the glory behind the story? Like, don't assume.
Yeah.
But also, don't feel like you have a right to judge not just my downfall, but even my elevation.
Yep.
Because you weren't there.
Yep.
When I was sleeping on the floor.
Where people see drip, there was a drought.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Where you see drip now,
there was a drought. We had nothing.
Man.
And I'm not saying that there's, we should be ignorant and we should make crazy decisions with it.
Right.
But also, like, get off of me, right?
Yeah.
Because when I was laying on the floor, I had no reference point
at all
that I would ever be in a situation where I could look and live and experience through this. So when you talk about milestone moments in my life, bro, that year was a milestone moment for me. And that is why, in part, even I have to give credit to my wife because she was with me through that season.
Wow. That's major.
And so it hits different.
Yes.
When somebody was with you sleeping on the floor.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So now when we get in the elevator, we press the penthouse button because she know what it was like to sleep on the floor. Now she sleeps elevated.
Wow. Yeah, you just said a lot right there. The unique moments of our lives where we can sit back and just marvel in, others will just call those, they'll be ashamed of those.
Right.
But for you to thank you for being transparent and being willing to share that, because that's going to help somebody who is like in that moment right now.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna just throw out some of my like, whatever.
Yeah.
Cars repossessed.
Yeah.
Fired from jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I remember me and my wife were talking about this before we even got married. We were at a concert. Car got repossessed. Called the police talking about car got stolen. Police said, nah, bro, Ford Credit got that car.
See?
Right before we got married. Then, okay, pull out a personal loan. She did. We weren't even married yet. To buy a freaking raggedy car just so I can have something to drive. And I'm telling this because oftentimes if you go on my Instagram, you won't see none of that.
Yeah.
If we go on your Instagram,
you won't see
that.
You see highlights.
You're going to see this picture that I'm about to take with this Negro from shooting this podcast, right?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We see all the stuff. We were at the game, sit on the court side on the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we don't see all the other parts that go to people's stories. And we don't understand that when you hear that, that should bring somebody. Listen, the Bible is clear. We overcome by the blood of the Lamb, what Jesus did. Watch this. But then the word of our testimony, what we did. We just want to talk about what God did. Come on, bro. But we have to also do something.
Yes.
We have a responsibility now, not just to go through these things, but to share these things. Because there's a CEO that's watching this podcast right now.
Absolutely.
Who you talked about your business, and they're looking at Chef Kev like, I wish I could cook for the people he's cooked for.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish I could do these things, right?
Yeah.
They have no idea that they're closer to Chef Kev than they even realize by being in the situation that they're in right now. So they think there's a big difference between Chef Kev and me. When they don't even realize me and Chef Kev, the stories really ain't that different.
It really isn't. And for you to know, for you to say the things that you're saying, and for me to be the age I am, and to hear you go through similar, lets me know God's calling for every single person does not look the same, but it all has to start here and come up.
Right.
Nobody's calling started here and stayed here.
Yep.
It all started
100%.
And that's what I love about understand. Not that I marvel in people's downfall, but you get to see people be humble.
Right.
And know that they came from something. You get to appreciate it a little bit more. Because when you just see somebody who's just up here and you don't know their story. Like you said, you just take that for granted.
And this is why it is important for us to share these moments, but also not to forget.
Yes.
Because what can happen is you'll step into your next season and you'll feel like life is good over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now because I'm living over here, I forget what it felt like to be over there. So now I have a responsibility, though, when I see that, to try to do my part to help somebody with that.
What are some of the spiritual practices that keep you anchored currently?
Man, so obviously, there has to be communication with God, right? Prayer, scripture, all of those things are critical.
Yep.
Here's why they're critical. Because number one, a lot of the answers that we're searching for are already present.
Yes.
They're already there. We just look for it in all the wrong places.
Correct.
So I'm looking for it through my own people. I'm looking for it through my own lens. I'm looking for it through culture, whatever. And it's like, it's right here. I know this sounds like, okay, Pastor, whatever. But just hear me, like for real.
Yeah.
Like the answers that you're searching for are present. Okay. Yeah. That's a discipline. I'm a faith guy. Like you can tell. Like I'm an audacious, confident person. But what I don't do is I'm not a reductionist. I don't reduce that to just who I am and how I'm wired.
Yeah.
I take that to mean that there's something spiritual connected to this. So I'm a faith guy. I believe.
Yeah.
And that's a principle, that's a spiritual practice that helps me get to where I go. Because I just sit there and all I do is just believe that this is going to happen.
Yeah.
And guess what? Even if it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen later. And if it doesn't happen later, it didn't happen later because there was something better that was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
So my faith is always in practice. I'm the type of person that's just who I am.
Yeah.
I believe these things.
Yeah.
Even by profession, I got to sit up in front of people and preach to people. But my faith is so strong, I believe it. When I sit in my business deals and I'm in negotiations with clients every single day, that's how I make my money, negotiating with people.
Yeah.
And the only way I get paid is if those people accept the offer that I give. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But my faith is in practice to say, nah, this is the number. And I just believe that there's enough value in what I'm telling you that you're going to accept this offer. So for me, man, faith is a very big part of how I move. You can't get life right if you get faith wrong.
Yeah.
Like I believe that fully, bro.
No, that's true.
So that discipline for me of just exercising my faith and just really stretching that, I think that I could literally do a whole nother episode on just faith alone. Yeah. So I'm not going to go too far with that.
No.
But then also community, right? So I pastor
a
church, but I'm still a part of a church. Community is important.
Absolutely.
You can't be your best self by yourself.
Yeah.
So sitting here talking to you right now, this is one of those practices that's helping me get better.
Yeah.
Iron sharpens iron, right? So for me, it's understanding that there are many different principles and tools that I'm working to be the version of myself that can sit in this podcast and talk the way that I'm talking, because there are things that I adhere to and practices that I follow that have gotten me where I am right now.
So faith has fed your confidence.
Come on, bro. I really believe in me.
Yeah.
You don't have to believe in me.
Yeah.
I promise you, it would be good for you if you did. But you don't have to believe in me. Yeah. I believe in me.
Yeah.
And because of that, I've seen things happen for me that would not have happened if I didn't. And I'm going to see some more stuff happen that I won't see, that I wouldn't have seen if I didn't believe it. I believe in God first.
Right.
And then I believe in who he made me to be.
Listen, if y'all didn't understand that alone, that's, like you said, that's a whole episode within itself. Being anchored in principles, being anchored in faith. That's what I took from that.
Yeah.
Faith is your anchor.
Bro, I'm a man of faith. And because of that, this is why, because here's what you have to understand. Let me go a little bit deeper and then we'll take it a little bit out a little bit. We can talk about the Chiefs a little bit more if you want to. But I understand this, how faith works. So faith is the substance of things hoped for.
Yep.
The evidence of things not seen. Okay.
Yep.
Many people don't have faith because they don't understand how faith works.
Yep.
You cannot have faith if your faith is only strengthened based upon what you see.
Yeah.
Because what I see tells me that this is not it.
Yeah.
So if I'm seeing a no, faith steps in to show me a yes.
Yeah.
So when I understand how faith works, it adjusts rather how I approach things.
Yeah.
So the things that would normally stop me don't stop me.
Yeah. Like I always say, when I see a no, my immediate response is not yet.
Right.
I see the no, but I never hear it.
Right.
Because I immediately tell myself not yet.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I understand how it works, like I'm a human, bro.
Yeah.
Like I have crash outs, okay? My crash outs, I try to keep mine off the internet. Some of y'all be putting it on the internet.
Oh my God, yeah. You helped me on that one, boy.
You know what I'm saying? Take your crash out off the internet. We don't need to see that.
Thank you.
And if you just gotta put it up there, put that green circle in the stories for the close friends.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but honestly,
that's real.
I crash out, bro.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I still have to remind myself, like, bro,
You're anchored.
I'm anchored in faith. There's something deeper. Yeah. And you know what anchoring yourself in faith does? It takes, and this is for a CEO that's listening to me right now, because I know what it feels like to sit there and look at that payroll and look at that and look at it. Come on, let's talk.
Man, listen.
to look at that budget.
Yes.
To look at that sheet. To look at all the responsibilities.
Yeah.
But when you have faith, faith takes the pressure off of you and puts the pressure on God.
Yeah.
So now I can breathe.
That's it.
Now I can live a little bit better because I understand that it may include me, but it doesn't end with me.
Ooh, that's good. That's good.
I'm sorry, but I did not mean to come into your podcast.
I love that, because what this is about is not me putting an episode out and just saying it's episode 14. I now want this to be something that's impactful, where it just might be 30 seconds that one person heard something, change their whole life.
That's why I'm here, bro.
And that's why I called you, because I was like, I've had so many different people on the episodes, and I just, it was good, but I want to shake it up to where I want people to be impacted now.
Absolutely.
Like, every CEO can say some of the same things, but to hear and understand what it means to be anchored in faith, I feel like will give somebody the foundational principles.
Bro, it's literally relieving the pressure off of yourself.
That's it.
I am a freaking control freak.
Man, you and me both.
I'm sorry if this, the language. I want you to lose your deals. But
dude, no.
I am a control guy. I am a gotta see it. How is it going to happen? What's going to happen next? Yep. So let me just say that. It's not in my nature to have faith, because my nature is I make it happen.
I got to control it. Yeah.
But I have learned that in order for the life that I want to live, that it cannot be there, because all I will do is create the environment that I'm able to sustain. And there are limitations to me. There are limitations to you. There are limitations to you. But there literally are no limitations to God.
That's it.
So who would I rather trust?
Me or
10 seconds on the clock. We got one shot to win this game. Am I going to take the shot? Or am I let God do it? Let him cook.
Let him cook.
Let him cook, bro. I've learned. Let him cook.
Let him cook, man. Because you don't see what the plate looks like at the end.
You don't.
You only see the ingredients he's given you, the skills he's taught you, the heat that he's put you through.
Come on.
And what he's done to cover you.
Bro, when you taught that, I'm telling you, that lesson that you taught, shout out to you for that, has really just been impactful, because you took something very practical, the process of cooking, and you showed us how God, being the chef, how he's allowing all of these ingredients to work together to provide the appetite, to provide the meal, that we want. But apart from themselves, we wouldn't want it.
That's it.
So when Romans 8:28 says all things work together for the good, okay? But the truth is, when you start baking, I don't want no flour. Come on. I don't want no
most
egg.
Importantly, some people just say, I don't want all things.
Right.
I just want some things to work for my good. But he said, even that mattress,
come on,
got to work for
absolutely
that California King.
It's got to.
Because if I gave you the California King and you never used that air mattress, you wouldn't know how to appreciate the King.
If I didn't know what a bad season looked like, I wouldn't know what a good season looked like.
That's, man. I had two things that I really wanted you to touch on before we leave, and then I'll let you in with your wisdom. What can business leaders, people right now who's watching this, who's a CEO, what can they learn from pastors that will allow them to be able to navigate?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that as a faith leader, but just as a business leader, that can be so easy to forget is don't forget your why.
That's good.
Because you can get so caught up in the minutia of the business. You can get caught up as a pastor, running the church, growing the church, preaching to people, doing all the things. As a business leader, doing all the stuff. That we forget that why. What is this all for? And I believe, hear me out, if you keep that why in front of you, the thing that got you into the thing, the product that you provide will be different, because it will be anchored in that and not in just how everything moves and how everything goes.
Like if I'm going to do.
You see what I'm saying? You're not cooking because, yes, you want to make money and you want to have the notoriety. But what was it that made you start cooking?
I enjoyed people's reaction.
Right. So if you focus
Honestly.
on doing that,
Yeah.
getting the right reaction from people,
Yeah.
you never have to worry about getting the money from the people.
That's true. That's
But
true.
what often happens is, as a business leader, we follow the trends, we follow all these other things,
Yep.
and we forget the why. So
Yep.
as a pastor, my main thing is, even though we go through all this stuff, we cannot forget the why. Why are we doing this? Why am I called to this? Why
Yeah.
did God set up this church? Why do we exist in this place at this particular time? And if we keep that going in front of people, the church can live. The business can live. The business can thrive. But a lot of people forget their why.
What would be as we close? What would be? We got about 5 minutes. So what would be Pastor Coop's advice to those being called to leadership? And then most importantly, what is one scripture that anchors your leadership?
That's a great question. So if I was talking to somebody and said, PC, I feel like, man, I'm called to do this.
Yeah.
Number one, I'm going to ask them, are you sure? Right? Because here's what I know, Kev, and we've talked about this really in some of this podcast. I know this because I was here.
Yeah.
I remember, okay, I'm going to give you a different story. So there was a point in my life where I was going to be a stand-up comedian. So I'm like, I'm about to pursue stand-up.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was going to the comedy club and I was seeing the comedian up there. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna do this. I'm about to kill him with this. I got material. And so I got up there, man, and I actually did it. I did do stand-up for a little bit. But anyway, what I found out though is that good comedians make it look easy.
Absolutely.
Bad comedians make it look easy. But when you get on that stage, you find out it ain't easy.
Man.
And so many people want to do this thing because you see what you see. And you feel like because of how PC has been cooking on this podcast with Chef Kev,
you think
I'm supposed to do that. That's got to be what I'm supposed to do.
Come on.
And then, so what you have to understand is, okay, all right, what you're signing yourself up for is more than you really know.
Yep.
So make sure that your motives are pure and that you're doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Because if not, we're going to find out. We're going to find out.
It'll come out.
It'll come out. It'll absolutely come out, bro. And you don't always make it through that. Because guess what? I'm going to be transparent. What I learned about myself in that season, part of the reason why I had to be homeless and be on that floor is because I had the wrong idea of what this would have even looked like. So I had this picture of success in ministry. I had this picture of all these things.
Yeah.
Not that I didn't have the right heart.
Yeah.
But I had the wrong motives.
True.
You can have the right heart and have the wrong motives.
Yeah.
And that was what I was dealing with. I was also young and naive, okay? I mean, I was in my early 20s, so give me some grace.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's what I learned. So I would tell that leader, that young, whoever it is, PC, I'm called to preach, I'm called to pastor, I'm called to do all these things. All right, let's check this now. Let's run through this list of you being sure. Let's figure out what your motives are behind this. What is your mantra? How do you plan on doing this?
And even what you told me, examine your fruit.
Come on, bro.
You got to examine the fruit. And that means so much. That can mean your family history, your heart, your motives, your why.
Absolutely.
Examining all those things can allow you to come to that conclusion of, okay, is this really what you're supposed to do? Or is this just something that you've seen?
Because everything that I can do isn't everything that I should do.
That's good.
So there's some things that I can do. Like I can do comedy, right?
Right.
But I'm not supposed to be doing comedy.
Yeah, same.
So because of that, I had to make a decision to say, all right, bro, you can be on the stage, but this is the stage that I've called you to.
Yeah.
So yes, you could live a life that works. I believe I could. I believe it could work out.
Yeah.
And I could be on stage and really make it in that area.
Yeah.
But what I also recognize is, what does making it look like? Because if it's what I want to do, I'd rather see what God can do. So I can do it, but should I do it? And so I made a decision, put that down, and get back on the other stage where you belong. So there was a point where I quit and said, I'm about to go pursue this.
Mm-hmm.
I had to put that microphone down and get back on the stage that God called me to.
Wow.
And that's how I ended up at the church that I pastor now. That's real talk.
It took me to get booed in a comedy, what did they used to call them back then?
Open mic?
No, it was like the school talent show.
Talent show.
It took me getting booed hosting, taking some jokes from something I've seen.
Because you don't know what you're doing at the point.
Yeah.
Right.
I was funny to my friends and to my family, but on that stage, it was my friends in the back who started booing first.
Bro, don't get me started, bro. But what happened? You did what?
Man, listen,
you took some jokes.
I took some jokes from a place that I seen.
They can take your recipe, but they can't be you.
That's it. And now I get to be myself in the kitchen, and I get more clients laughing at my jokes than I've ever gotten.
Because that's how you were supposed to do it.
And that's how I was supposed. But I never seen it until I let God cook.
Yep.
One scripture, and then I think I've done this once. Just a closing prayer, man. What's a scripture that you hold to your? A
scripture that I hold to me, and this comes in handy in the seasons where I'm most uncertain. Jeremiah 29.
Okay.
For I know the plans that I have for you, right? Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Just because I don't know the plan doesn't mean there isn't a plan.
Wow.
So I anchor myself in these moments because at the end of the day, I acknowledge that there is a plan that God has for my life. When that scripture was written, that scripture was not written during the best times. That scripture was actually written when they were in exile, in slavery, and they were struggling through the worst moments of their life.
Wow.
And it was in that moment that God spoke and said, I still have a plan.
Ooh. That can preach so much, man.
I just did.
Yeah.
So
much, man.
In that moment, I still have a plan.
Because I think about so many of those moments,
bro,
where God is like, I still have a plan, though.
I still got a plan.
Man.
Just because I don't know the plan doesn't mean there isn't a plan.
Yeah, we're going to have to do a live about faith.
Come on.
As a continual.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to let you close us out, man.
Yeah, bro.
In prayer, just seal this episode. And
I'm honored, man, first of all, that you've shared this space with me. And I want to thank you that are watching this for even hanging in there. I know that the I Am CEO podcast, like we went a little bit more deeper on the spiritual side, but that embodies who you are as well.
Absolutely.
Because people they need to know that there's multiple sides. I mean, we see you praying on Instagram, obviously. He's just showing off before the workout, but it's cool. But we see all of these facets of you, like the spiritual, the faith, the cooking, the celebrity, because you are that. I mean, let's just be honest, the entertainer, all of those things, right? So thank you for hanging in there with us on this. I just want to pray a simple prayer for you that's watching me right now. Just if you would bow your heads and pray with me. God, I thank you for this opportunity to speak to somebody today. My prayer for them is that you would, first of all, God, give them peace, give them clarity, and give them understanding. Number one, understanding of where they are, but also understanding of where they're going. There's somebody that's wrestling with their call, that doesn't understand their call, that doesn't even feel like they are called. But number one, I'll take this moment to affirm them and let them know that they are called by you, they are chosen by you, and that God, the plans that you have for their life are so much better than what they see. Now unto him who is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all you can ask, think, or imagine. So God, I pray right now that you would give them peace and that you would give them confirmation of what it is that you're doing in their life. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen, man. I appreciate that, brother.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you. Thank you guys for, like you said, hanging in there with us. I know somebody's going to be blessed. Make sure you guys subscribe, listen, share, and follow, but tell the people where they can follow you on all platforms.
At William Cooper, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We've got everything that we're doing right there.
You ain't got no Snap.
No, sir. Do not have a Snap. You do not need to throw that out there.
When you get grown, you don't hold a Snap.
No Snap, bro.
Unless you're single, man.
But you can find me on Cash App, too. How about that?
And Apple Pay.
Throw out the Apple Pay and the Cash App, all right?
And I want to make sure you guys do know this. Our next episode, I want to tease it a little bit, is going to be none other than one of the greatest politicians and good friend of mine, Bakari Sellers, will be on episode number 15. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys follow Coop. And we thank you guys for listening.
Yep.
See y'all on the next one.
If I ever took a loss, I learned a lesson. I won't ever think I'm better than the next.